All right. What's a good thing? What's a good way to transition? Uh, but hang on. All right. But you know who wouldn't get confused on whether or not it's a hentai or an anime? Uh, it's taken a while. Hachidoku, because she knows her because she's in an eroge. Fucking school days. I will never. I don't want to watch the anime. I don't want to play the eroge. All right. But anyway, last time we played, we got the government to fund uh the train industry. That's basically all you need to know. Sotetsu had a mental breakdown when he realized that the rail lord for the decommissioned uh what is it? 58623? Yeah, Go Hachiroku-san. Yeah, 58623 was going to die. I think. I don't remember. But anyway, let's get into it. Shall we? Let's don the appropriate attire and don't redeem Blanky. Fuck you. An examiner in a jumpsuit uses what resembles a stethoscope on the transported frame.
これで、たったこれだけで目に見えない下肢の有無が確認できるのですか？
とのことだ。非破壊検査、超音波単焦というらしい。
超音波でございますか？
人間の耳には聞こえぬほどに高い波長の、人の耳に聞こえる範囲を超えてしまった音波のことだ。
Sotetsu looks at me as he says that. Why is it through Hachiroku's perspective? My voice is as elated as it has been in a while since he looked at me.
超音波はレールロードの耳にも聞こえないもののようですね。
そうか。
A very dry exchange. His gaze is also interrupted. There's something about his expression that denotes pain. That makes me worried. Could it be that I said something bad? This all started that day when Sotetsu collapsed. When I was burning the frame with the gas lamp and melted away someone's hair, sealed in the oil. Since that day, Sotetsu has changed a little. He feels rather distant. Even if we are somewhat apart, we're still engineer and rail lord. Moreover, we are in the middle of countless things to confirm for the exchange of 8620's frame.
この検査で問題が出なければ、いよいよ大枠の交換となりますね。
そうだな。本当にいよいよだ。新大枠に組み込む部品については。
はい、選別を終えております。
When I talk to him, he answers,
ポーレット様たちや技工の皆様方にもご確認いただき、以降は手順確認をし、組み付けて試験という流れです。
ご苦労だったな。
いえ、当然のことをしたまでですので。
We exchange words as usual, but even now, Sotetsu's eyes and arms move slightly and then stop. Sotetsu, a little while back, would have said that's not true. He would say that and pat me on the head. We are still close to one another, but I don't feel as close as before. I feel afraid. a frizzly feeling. If he has simply changed, that is one thing. But what if he has lost something during that time, the accident still? He might have remembered it. No, he must not have even forgotten it for a moment. Sotetsu has a strong heart, but he put a lid on his path. That gas lamp burned off the seal of the lid. If that is the case, Sotetsu must...
終わったようだぞ。
あ、
I look up to the sound of Sotetsu's voice. The examiner just got away from the frame. At the base of the stethoscope-like device, there's a mirror displaying the results that he's showing to the technician Fuchi of Hinomoto passenger car.
お待たせしました。右田さん、86さん。
He has a name, but they're still calling him Craftsman. He seems to be in high spirits. I can tell from his face that he's relieved.
旧蹄鉄586235号大枠移送時損傷全くなしです。これで安心してお引き渡しできます。
ありがとうございます。検査のご手配までいただいて。
いえ、これもこちらの都合です。大枠だけでも再び走ってもらいたい一心ですよ。
ああ。
Sotetsu's smile hardens a little. It's not the sort of hardening where he's nervous. It's almost as if he purposefully removed emotion.
最善を尽くします。引き継いで、さらに先へとつなげられるよ
小春の思いをどうぞよろしくお願いいたします。
う。はい。
Again. He's still smiling, but it feels as if his warmth and softness have been reduced.
そうてつくん、手が空いたら少し時間いいですか？
I hear Paulette's voice from the entrance. The temperature rises in Sotetsu's voice when he hears that. Face. Sotetsu's face has grown pale without me even knowing.
ああ、うん。すみませんが、フチさん。
自分でしたら大丈夫です。行ってらしてください。
ありがとうございます。86、しばらく任せた。
はい、ご安心ください、相鉄様。
Without turning to me, Sotetsu walks quickly over to Paulette. The phrase, as if running away, crosses my mind.
いかんな。押し付けすぎてプレッシャーを与えちゃったかな。
He starts scratching my head. I get the feeling he's not very clean. Wait, yeah, he starts scratching my head. I want to move away, but I'm not interested in what he said to me. Wait, hang on, I need to... Yeah, no... What do you mean?
押し付けすぎでございますか？
うちの子のことをついついね。
ああ。
His face, his voice. Just hearing that, I can sense it.
妹を大事にしていてくださったのですね。ありがとうございます。
いや。
He's about to say something about Fuchi. He's about to say something, but Fuchi closes his mouth again. His crooked expression seems to be filled with nostalgia and a little bit of sadness, but a part of him still looks happy.
君にも迷惑をかけてしまったかな。右田さん、どうも気を使ってくれてたみたいだし。
気ですか？相鉄様が？
その話をしてからね、 君への態度もいくらか距離を置いたような感じになったように思えて。
Did my expression give it away? Uchi smiles, as if he's trying to say I knew it.
君らの仲睦まじい様子にむしろ和んでいたのだが、かといってこちらからどうこう言うのも妙だしね。
Why are you making me watch? Why are you making me read descriptions of visual novels while I'm playing through Maitetsu? What the fuck? Love and piss. In this world, your magic power increases by holding your pee. Why? Eureka is a magician who severely lacks pee. What? And decided to summon a guy who is able to store a lot of it, so that he can supply her with it through a special ceremony, in brackets, sexual intercourse, and allow her to pass the makeup wizard test. Yoshifumi was the chosen one, and was forced to help her out, since he couldn't return to his own world until she becomes a wizard. Also, his childhood friend, Yumari, was also brought to this world at the same time, and for some reason, she is also taking the wizard test with Eureka. But the real question is, why can't guys take the wizard test? Alright? Look, all I'm saying is that it's only because guys can store more pee than girls can, and that makes them more powerful. Alright? That's all I'm gonna say. I would crush the makeup test, alright? I can hold a lot of pee. I can drink a 1 liter bottle of water without having to go. Whatever. No more pee talk, alright? I already had enough pee talk in fucking, Tsukasa's route.
それは、相鉄様にそのお話をされたのはいつのことでございましょうか。
何日前だっけ？右田さんが体調を崩された日なんだが。
あ、
What happened in Tsukasa's route with pee? Tsukasa pisses herself. What do you mean? So, Yuma has to pick her up, Princess carry her to the dorms, and he trips over the entrance, and then she, yeah. It's that day. Then most likely it's.
お気になさらないでください、フチ様。
ん？
相鉄様が少しお変わりになられたのは、おそらくはフチ様のご影響ではございません。
おそらくは。
He said it in a surprised tone, chuckling in a throaty way.
トップナンバーはやはり違うね。そんな複雑な思考回路を持っているんだ。
Having heard that, I have to ask back.
妹はそうではなかった。
If that were true, it would be strange. Speculation is one of the basic thought routines. Excluding the processing speed and capacity, my sisters and I should have no difference in specs, such as with the OS.
小春は何でも聞いてきた。少しでも疑問なことは確認し、ただの一度も分かったふりなどしなかった。共感で通じ合えない分、たくさんお話しするのだと、小春はそんなことをよく言っていたね。
ご助言ありがとうございます。
I bow deeply. I stand up straight and then bow again. This time to my sister. My kind-hearted sister that I have never met, yet she has taught me something very important.
相鉄様とたくさんお話ししてまいります。
Because I thought our hearts had come closer, I had made too many assumptions. I had the fantasy that we shared a bond like the sympathetic connection, and made light of telling him what I thought with words.
どのみち今日はもうすぐ上がりだ。組み付け手順のすり合わせもまだ終わらないだろうしね。
Yeah, but like, why can't the engineer and the rail lord form a sympathetic connection, right, between each other? Blue Archive is going to the Anime Expo 2024. They just made the announcement in Discord. Why should I care? I can't even go to Anime Expo. Fuji takes out a neatly folded parts list while saying that. It's a piece of paper with the parts taken from both 8620 and 58623 for them to decide which to use.
焦らないでね。いってらっしゃい。
はい、行ってまいります。
ああ、それと。
Slap. Fuji's finger strikes the parts list.
このリスト、素晴らしいね。まっとうな意味で、さすがはトップナンバーと思ったよ。
Why is all the anime stuff on the West Coast? Why is all the anime stuff not in Australia? You could say the same thing.
それはもう私頑張って作りましたから。
Like, we barely get it in like Sydney and Melbourne. Why are we not Japan? Okay, that's a different thing entirely. I want Sotetsu to compliment me. I want Sotetsu to caress me. Damn. Wanting to tell him those things right away, I take off running.
Sotetsu-sama!
I was exaggerated. Who exaggerated you? I hear a cheerful voice the moment she steps out of the rail shop. It's Hachiroku. Did she run here? Her hair is a mess and her cheeks are red. Her face shows such a bright smile that it makes me happy just looking at her.
86、どうした？
Just seeing her face lightens my stagnant heart a little. The words come out of my mouth fluidly.
何か問題でも発生したのか？
いえ、あちらは大丈夫です。私は単に相鉄様とお話ししたくて。
Why are you looking at me like that when you talk about wanting to speak with Sotetsu? It's like gasp. That's right. Paulette is with me now, right now.
なら、私先に行ってますね。っていうか、もう時間も時間ですし。
Yeah, that's right, Paulette. This isn't your route. This is Hachiroku's route. Paulette takes out the golden watch from her pocket. It's a beautiful thing. Even Hachiroku is surprised. Her eyes wide.
特別なことがなければ、今日はそのまま上がってくれていいですよ。
そうか。ならば、そうさせてもらうかもしれん。
はい、そうしてください。お疲れ様でした。
うん。明日もよろしく頼む。
Paulette laughs slightly and waves as she heads to the engine shed by herself.
ということだが、立ち話で済むような話か？
いえ、できれば落ち着いてお話を。
了解だ。ならばレールショップに戻ろう。
Roll. Where are the Uta hate scenes from My Klotzer Cupid? Alright. I've made the executive decision to hold back on any of the hate scenes that I need to record until after I finish Irasekai. I knew you were gonna ask why. It's so that I don't need to worry about recording main channel videos while I'm doing all of the hate scenes, right? Because there's so many hate scenes that I need to do, right? You've got Maitetsu Cupid, Ars Magna, both Sugar Sweet Temptations video games. I kind of like it though. Fuck off.
いらっしゃいませ。って、なんだ、ソテツさん。忘れ物ですか？
なんだとはご挨拶だな。すまんが、少し場所を借りたい。
Yeah, but Reina always looks happy.
ああ、86さんも一緒だったんですね。
Reina stands up with a big grin. He's quick.
レイナ、ゴン駅長にご飯をあげてくるですよ。
おい。
She leaves the rail shop before I can stop her. She seems to be in a rush.
どうしたって言うんだろうな。
Maitetsu best goal ranking. Okay. You keep doing this. Fine. You know what? This is what I'll do. Maitetsu ranking. Number 1. Okay, it's a bit big. But we'll get to it. Actually, I'll change it now. Size. Where is it? Oh, okay. Fine. Whatever. Number 1. Hachiroku. Right. Number 2. Hibiki. Number 3. Paulette. Do pictures instead. No. Number 4. Makuda. Alright, now you're not going to see the rest of this. Number 5. Number P. Reina. Number 6. Fukami. Fukamai. Number 7. Nagi. Number 8. Kisaki. Don't forget the elderly ladies. Okay. There's the ranking, alright? Now, anytime you fucking talk about it, I can just bring it up. What? Oh god, that looks shit. Outline size. That works. Actually, flip it. There you go. And then make the outline color 20. There you go. Is this going to be in the recording as well? Yes. There's the ranking. Alright, now stop fucking talking about it. Now I can just bring this up anytime you ask, which is every stream. It's not gonna change until I do the other routes, alright? I wonder what's the matter. Oh wait, he already said that.
本当におかしなレイナさんですね。
This is it. Unlike the natural smile when we first met, she has an awkward, forced expression on her. Her face is red, and her eyes are darting. And her eyes are red. Oh. What about Navi? Oh, fuck off. There's no hate scenes with Navi, is there? I doubt we can talk like this. Did I mess up the timing? I should have just started the conversation with Hachiroku when Hachiroku was still smiling. But there's no point in worrying about regret now. If she's stiff, then let's loosen her up and start over.
ともかく、茶でも入れよう。少し待て。
There isn't any hate scenes in the all ages version anyway. That's not what I mean. You know what I mean. I'm not gonna have to. I don't need to explain myself.
はい、恐縮です。
I know my way around the rail shop. I take out the guest cups and put in green tea. Hachiroku politely drinks it before letting out a sigh of relief.
で、
はい。
She then opens her mouth briefly, only to close it again. She sips the tea and then opens her mouth again. And plus, Kimachi in SST is a side character with no hate scenes. Yeah, but the difference is that Kimachi is the best character. All right, that's why she's on the list, because she's at the top. It's the same thing with Chisato in Love Sweet Garnish. All right, she's the best character. That's why she's at the top of the list. The difference is that Navi doesn't even make it in the top 10. Top 8, I guess. Yeah. And yet, she still doesn't speak.
聞かせてほしい。お前の声を。
What about Suzu? Suzu's the same. The problem is that Suzu also still hasn't had enough character development. Bro, Ayumu would be on the list before Suzu, alright? I blurt out my honest opinion in her place. After saying that, I realize that this is actually what I'm truly thinking.
僕は、お前と話をしたいよ。
私もです、相鉄様。
Yeah, you can tell Hachiroku really wants to talk with Sotetsu, considering, damn, that she's loud. She rushes in to say that, but Hachiroku remains still. He gazes at me sharply, causing me to be taken aback.
相鉄様は。
僕は
相鉄様は私をお嫌いになってしまわれたのですか？
何をバカな。
Hachiroku's eyes start to waver. I feel as if she may cry in the next moment. I realize how foolish my lack of understanding is.
いや、すまん。バカは僕だな。僕の態度がそのような誤解をさせたのだ。
誤解？
Oh, a long sigh of relief that I can distinctly hear. Hachiroku's face curls into a smile, which relaxes the tension in my heart.
僕はお前を嫌ったりしない。むしろ、とても強い好意を変わらず。
Get rid
抱
of
いているよ。
the word amicable, and it's accurate.
とても強い好意。
Hachiroku's cheeks turn reddish. She's adorable, and it makes me happy. That's why those words spontaneously come out. I want to make Hachiroku smile more with my more with my voice, my words. That emotion makes my tongue smooth.
ああ、お前といれば楽しいし、笑顔を見れば、もっと喜ばせてやりたくもなる。
でしたらなぜです？
Hachiroku's eyes remain on me as she asks me directly, so directly, that it makes me feel as if she is not being herself.
相鉄様は私をお酒になられましたよね。それで私。
For a brief moment, she closes her lips.
私、相鉄様にやはり恨まれ憎まれているものであるかと。
I was about to say, don't be stupid, but stop myself at the last minute. There's no need to scare Hachiroku with careless words.
あの痕跡で髪が焼け焦げてしまう匂いで僕が思い出し、それで傷ついたと考えたのか。
だってお倒れにまでなられましたし。
そうだな。だが
This is different. I don't know how to explain. My worries and my honest words come out as well.
倒れてしまったのは正直いろいろ重なってしまってという類のものだよ。
そのいろいろを私は相鉄様にお話しいただきたいです。
うん。
Because her questions are so direct, my answers become equally direct.
考えてしまったんだ。自分がなぜ86お前を好きかということを。
Damn, that's crazy. Not only are her cheeks red, but now, so are her face. So are her face and body. How do you know her body is red? She's covered in cloth. She looks down bashfully, but then quickly looks up at me again.
それで事故の痕跡、あれがひどく答えてしまった。
I'm not explaining this right. This is what I feel, but trying to select the right words may conflict with my senses. That's why I continue.
僕はつまりは取り残されてしまうことが怖いんだ。
取り残されてしまうこと。
He's afraid that you might die before him.
ああ、怖い。こうして話し、思うだけでもこのざまだ。
I lift up my hand to show her, and Hachiroku's eyes cloud up in sadness. The tips of my fingers are shaking in short intervals, as if they are in the middle of a spasm.
美智子も母も父も僕より先に行ってしまった。ことに美智子はじわじわゆっくり遠ざかっていった。
My shaking spreads to the rest of my body. I'm afraid, which leads to being nauseous and cold. But Hachiroku continues to listen, which allows me to power through and spill out what I have to say.
あの瞬間にそういうものが一気に戻ってしまって、だから自分を全く信じられなくなった。
Ah, it's not connecting. Hachiroku's confused expression tells me that my explanations are inadequate.
つまり僕がお前を好きな理由だ。それが恐怖からかと思って。
As those words leave my mouth, I suddenly realize it. I see. So that's it. The reason why Hachiroku was at a loss for words earlier, that's exactly what I'm feeling now. If I say it out loud, she might hate me. Just thinking that paralyzes my throat. You can be loud to blush. Yep. Hello? My camera is inconsistent. Yep. What the fuck? Bro. What happened? I don't know.
相鉄様。
大丈夫だ。
But Hachinoku wants me to tell her that's all the reason I need to continue. Take a deep breath, stay calm, and utter the words one by one. You okay? Yes, I'm okay. What do you mean?
僕は自分を疑っている。お前を好きになったのは、お前にならば取り残されないと思ったからかと。
私がなぜ相鉄様を取り残さないと。
それはお前が。
She made me realize that it was an illusion, a fantasy. Even after realizing that, I still didn't bring myself to laugh off my own misunderstanding.
お前がレイルロードだから。僕よりずっと死から遠いと錯覚していたからだ。
錯覚と。
ああ、それは今は理解している。58623がなぜ生体保存されていたかを知らされたので。
それで。
Hachinoku smiles very slightly.
いかがでございますか？
Her faint voice and smile make it feel like she's warmly enveloping me. It brings me relief, though I have no idea what she's asking.
いかがとはどういうことだ？
私は妹たちより古くからあるレールロードです。今日壊れるか、明日壊れるか、それも知れない存在です。
Does that make Hachinoku a gilf? Never mind. I can feel my blood freezing, but I don't let it show. If she sees any change in me, that'll affect this exchange. I want to hear all of what Hachinoku has to say.
私が明日壊れるとして、相鉄様の好きも壊れてしまわれますか？
いや、
That's not possible.
お前が仮に明日僕を置いていくなら。
My mind wavers. Just thinking about the possibility makes me afraid.
僕はお前に何でもしてやる。お前が笑顔で安心して僕を置いていけるよ。
相鉄様。
Hachinoku's tiny hands reach for me. She grabs hold and takes me close to her chest. I don't even think of resisting. I can sense Hachinoku's temperature.
でしたら、相鉄様のお疑いはきっと意味をなさぬものですよ。
I feel a warmth, and I finally understand. The warmth has taught me.
そうなのだな。
Even if the misunderstanding or illusion are what planted the seeds of my love for Hachinoku. It laid root and sprouted. I could say that with certainty that it is a reality.
意味がないのだな。過去、未来を疑うことは、この一瞬が僕らのすべてなのだから。
私はきっとそのように認識しております。
Her hands hold me closer. I can sense Hachinoku's warmth from the tone of her voice.
今日壊れても明日壊れても悔いぬよう、今この時を私は大切に扱いたいと。相鉄様は
Hachiroku's tiny fingers brush against me gently, as if she's trying to unravel my tangled heart.
相鉄様のいろいろはこれで全てでございましょうか。
I nod. I say that so I can make a full recovery. But I can't do it. The fear of being left behind still lingers.
もう一つある。倒れてしまった。僕が自分を疑った理由は。
はい。
I reminisce to a gentle voice and realize that I already told Hachiroku about this. I'd forgotten that I told her, but Hachiroku remembers. That's why she asked me back.
美智子の妹の夢を見たんだ。
I close my eyes and try to remember. The impression of it's fading, but there is one feeling that still remains.
とても寂しい夢だった。
相鉄様が先ほどおっしゃられたのですよ。夢は深層心理の現れと。
うん、確かにそうは言ったが、それはそういう学説があると説明しただけで。
他に手がかりはないのですから、その学説に頼ってみても損はないではございませんか。
Hachiroku answers my question about what dreams are, pulling me out of it.
まあ確かに損はなかろうが。
ならば相談してみるべきです。幸いに身近に心理の専門家がいらっしゃるのですから。
それでトロルユさんか。
Couples therapy.
はい。ご主人はただの一目で私の不調を心因性とお見抜きになられました。
うん。
ならばあるいは相鉄様の深層心理を解きほぐすその術もご存知であるかもしれません。
さてどうかな。
Raillords and people from how I see it, raillords and people from how I see it, psychological structures aren't that different. If raillords are made in man's image, then the craftsmen of them would be wise in the ways of human psychology as well.
可能性がなくもないような気もするが。
半ばい。
Oh. It's the Tororu hot spring owner with the broom in hand. No, we are.
すみません。入り口前で立ち話など。
そぎゃんかこつは構わんばい。もうすぐ閉めるとこやったしね。
ああ。
I look at the railway watch. It's close to 11. I really hadn't realized it. We were so focused on talking that we didn't realize we'd arrived here.
ばってん、人間心理うんぬんは専門外たい。こっちゃエンジニアに過ぎんとよ。
ああ。違うものですか。
人の心だなんだのことなら。
Hmm? The Tororu hot spring owner goes inside the doorway and into the men's bath. Into the men's bath.
おいおい、なんだばあさん。
ああ、ちょうど上がったとこがね。ちょっと、あんたに会わせたい人がおっとよ。
なんだなんだ、湯上がりくらい。
フルーツ牛乳ばただでええけん。金しゃい金しゃい。
日本でもいいか。
2本でも3本でもええけん。とにかく金しゃい。
あ、聞いたぞ。なら3本だ。
I hear the refrigerator open and the sound of milk bottles clanging inside one another.
儲けた儲けた。で、誰に合わせたいって。ああ。
Who? The person that comes out surprises me. He has a shaved head and is in a black robe. This is most likely
バーベキュー列車の機関士さんか。
ご存知ですか、僕のこと。
ああ、女房の働きっぷりを冷やかしに何度か眺めさせてもらったからな。
女房ですか。なら、やはり。
it all connects from his appearance and the information I have.
あなたが幽霊寺のご住職なのですね。
ああ、雲山という長山雲山だ。
僕は右田相鉄です。
相鉄様のレールロード8620専用レールロードの86です。
こりゃご丁寧に。しかしまあ、間近で見ると。
The monk stares at me. He then gulps down the fruit milk.
女房の言ってた通りだ。幽霊、取りつかせちまってる顔をしてるな。
Oh, so that's what he means by the ghost temple.
取りつかせてるでございますか？
His words cut deep. As a result, I find that I can't move. Hachiroku with a curious hand gesture, goes up to the monk, to ask him something directly.
お話に聞く幽霊とは取り付くものではございませんか？
Well, yeah, like I don't know his sister.
へえ、面白いな、お前さんは。
Can human psychologists actually tell what's eating at people at a glance? Well, if it's severe enough, I guess. But most of the time, no. But he's not a psychologist, he's a monk. That's why it's different. He looks at Hachiroku as if he were impressed, and in the next instant turns to me with a glare.
幽霊といい、亡霊というよな。兄さんはどうだ？どこがどう違うかわかるか？
And monks actually do that. No, they aren't trained psychologists.
幽霊と亡霊ですか。
How would I know something so specific? Just look at the characters. They make up the words. That make up the words.
幽と亡、漢字の意味は似ていて大きく違うのですね。
Listen, I've played a fair share of Phasmophobia. I know the difference between a Yurei and a Phantom, alright?
へえ、さすがは帝大生だな。
Or at least I did know the difference.
何がどのように違うのですか？
ああ、漢字には音読みと訓読みがあるのは知っているよな。
無論その程度のことは。
幽霊の幽は訓読みではかすか、亡霊の亡は訓読みではないだ。つまり、
I look at the monk.
ま、そんなところだ。
The monk then opens up his second drink. He pops open the coffee milk and gulps it down.
ないが夜ならそいつは取りつくだろうが、かすかがあるなら。
かすかが、それを僕が持つから。だから僕から取りつかせている。
Casca is the character from Berserk.
自覚はあんのか。なら、俺がこれ以上とやかく言う必要もないわな。
He pops open the third drink, this time plain milk. He gulps that one down too, and then walks off jiggling his gut. Okay.
どうして持ってんだったら寺に行きな。そん時は牛乳じゃなく現金持ってな。
He's like fucking Iroh from The Last Airbender.
はい。ご教示ありがとうございます。
構わんさ。 こちとらこれが専門だ。
The sounds of his leather-soled sandals disappear into the night.
相鉄様、かすかというのは。
ああ、うん。
牛乳は大負けに負けて3本で80円。全部合わせて1000円でよか。
ああ、すみません。お言葉に甘えます。
1,000 yen minus 80 divided by 2. That's the bathing fee.
よかとよ。どうせ閉めるとこやし。
The owner's wrinkled fingers pull at the curtain of the entrance. She must be telling us to go in together as like usual.
さっぱりと流した方が良さそうな顔ばしとるんけん。
As if this were customary, Hachiroku and I get into the bath together back to back. It feels like we haven't done this in a long time. Hachiroku's bare back is warm and soft.
なんだか、とても久しぶりのような気がいたします。
I mean, the last time they did this was when they figured out that the frame was fucked, right? Because she started bleeding or something, leaking red liquid. I feel happy. Hachiroku is thinking the same thing. It makes me want to ask her something.
僕の背中はどんな感触がする？
Oh yeah, the ceiling, that's what it was. When she became a woman.
大きいです。大きく、厚く、少し硬くて、頼もしいです。
そうか。
Yeah, she quote unquote bled because she formed another hole.
あら、
When she giggles a little, I finally realize it. My back had been tense when I was listening to Hachiroku. My back is very tense right now.
それで、相鉄様。
I hear a watery sound. Hachiroku must be scooping bathwater. I hear a wave rippling. How exactly does that work? I don't know.
かすかとは、何でございましょうか。
うん。かすかとは。
The waves that Hachiroku makes become smaller. That is what seemed faint to me, so I repeat the words that are running through my mind.
触れれば壊れてしまうようなもののことだ。故に触ることはできないが、それは確かにそこにある。
それが、かすか。
Asuka, a faint ghost. It's there, but it can't be touched. My words and Hachiroku's waves materialize that image.
意識でさえも触れられるなら、縛っているのは無意識だ。お前が言った深層心理というやつかもしれん。
触れることのできない意識。
だろうな。だからきっと意識的には解きほぐせない。
I realize what I said. It's not something I want to forget in the first place. The desire to never forget. Perhaps that's what binds Michiko.
触れねば解けぬものですか。
Hachiroku appears so innocent today. He's throwing me question after question about plain things she would usually never ask.
触れぬままでも自然とほどける。そんなことも起こり得ないのでございましょうか。
どうかな。
That question. Normally I wouldn't even have thought about this, but when the focus is put on it, it makes me see it clearly.
何かの弾みで緩めばほどける。そんなことならあるかもしれんな。
どのようにすれば 緩むのでしょうか。
Melt it through sex. Yep.
Oh.
Did she fix her position? Hatadoku sits up briefly to change her position. The comfort of having our skin touch. That's probably the answer to my question.
暖かくなれば和らげば緩む気がする。木の芽や氷と同じように。
でしたら、
どのようにすれば温まるのかな。
The Koshka that is tying me down is my fear of accidents. The fear of being left behind all alone. I can feel myself freezing up.
温めようと懸命に何かしてしまうなら逆効果な気が僕はする。
Hatadoku's back tenses up. I must have been about to do the same. Then that's it.
必要なのはきっと温められることではなく温まることだ。
Naturally, slowly, warming up that Koshka from the body, from the inside.
だから時間をかけるしかないかと思う。少しずつできることから重ねていくしか。
さようですね。きっと。
Why do I feel like my joke is not is not going to stay a joke? I feel Hachiroku relaxing. In that moment, I feel like we've become one. Our backs seem to stick together. Which joke was it? Melt the Costco through sex.
まずは、あの子をまた走らせて。
Ah, okay. They have to warm up the train, not their bodies.
そうだな。そうして。
With each other. I remember. Why did I ever forget? Michiko and I only wished for one thing. That hasn't changed at all.
終着駅に。いつか。必ず。
I'm sure it would also. I'm sure becoming one would help. But that's not what they're gonna do, even though this is an eroge. They have to actually, they actually have a plot that they need to, you know, finish before they finish in each other. Wait. Before Sotetsu finishes in Hachiroku.
制度コンマ8。
Together with our call, I manipulate the automatic brake valve. The feel of deceleration comes delayed. Not bad. Keep this up. Take the notches slowly, and then smooth out the deceleration. I wait for a moment before moving another notch. The rusted stop sign is slowly coming up.
停止確認。逆転キーミッドギア。
And the independent brake valve is slowly, to slowly brake.
川村廃駅停車。
着、1006。
I look at the watch and call out the time. Hatadoku looks up to me with a bright expression.
良い運転でした、宗哲様。
そうか。
I feel relieved at her cheerful voice, but I can't relax just yet. The frames been exchanged, but this is our first test run to the abandoned Kawamura station. It's a short distance of only 4.4 kilometers, but this is where the main part starts.
響、凪、早速ですまんが。
任せて、ニンニン。行ってくるわい。
Before I can finish, my two assistants fight to get off the cab to the platform. We will be following them later to do some checks. but there are some things that must be done first.
で、86のレビューはどうだ？
この子に関しては何もございません。大枠はほぼ完全にフィットしてくれています。
What do you mean, mostly?
やはりか。
I confirm I feel for things with Hachiroku's eyes. I enjoy this slight feeling of satisfaction, but I'm sure my bad feelings are also true. Yeah.
86以外の要素に関しては？
When I ask without hesitating, Hachiroku nods in a satisfied way.
やはりお気づきになられましたか。補選の質がいささか低下しておりますね。
だな。が、今後は回復してくれるだろう。
Considering the Ohitoyo Railway's current situation, the majority of the line maintenance is dependent on volunteers. The human resources to manage those volunteers are also severely limited right now.
まあ今回は三角線の新設もあり、大枠交換もありでしたからね。
そのどちらにも区切りがついた季節路線の補選にも目と手が行き届くようになるさ。
目と手。
Hachiroku opens her hands and repeats the words I said.
たくさんを8620に注いでいただけました。
ああ、本当にたくさんだったな。
You know, volunteers doing line maintenance is a really good thing, right? Yeah, I know. We all want to make 8620 run again. That feeling filled the engine shed. Even if they didn't directly touch 8620, the cooks, the janitors, and even the administrative staff all supported us.
とてもありがたいことと存じます。
Hachiroku looks around the cab and then softly strokes the reversing gear handle.
今日の乗り味の柔らかさはきっとそうしたたくさんの手によって生まれたものかと存じます。
なあ、その通りだな。
It sounds sentimental, but it's also a fact. The selection of parts, the polishing, the oiling, all that detailed work has come together for this.
が、それだけでもない。
ええ、もちろん相鉄様の運転技術も。
I forgot what is the next VN you're playing. The next VN after Maitetsu is Master Magistrate.
そんなのはごくごく小さな要素さ。
My hand stretches out naturally. After Irasekai, Amazing Grace. I'm posting Amazing Grace after Irasekai. I tap Hachiroku's hat and then stroke her soft hair.
相鉄様。
お前の復調が一番大きい。
No matter how many eyes and hands or how much passion is put in, it could be detrimental if there's no direction. But you're streaming Amazing Grace? Yeah, I'm also streaming Maitetsu. What do you mean? Did you forget that I said I want to release both visual novels are streamed so that I could spend more time on the Patreon? Technically.
さすがはトップナンバーとメーカーの富士山までもが大いに感心してたじゃないか。
それは。
I want the 2 visual novels on my main channel to be visual novels that I have streamed. The full-blown hentai games, essentially, right? Because at how I'm going, right, with how much I procrastinate, I'm never gonna get to playing H games, the the full-blown eroge for the Patreon if I keep having to record visual novels after stream for the main channel, right? Her expression stiffens. I start patting her hat, thinking that maybe I went too far.
かつての私が十分な仕事をできていなかっただけのことです。
That makes me realize that it can be seen that way too. Did you decide on the first Patreon exclusive? I'll eventually get to play Nukitashi. Hearing the repair just now, Hatadoku's directions and answers to questions were of great quantity and accuracy.
もともとの大枠の寿命も、あるいは私が最初から万全であれば。
Can I choose? No, because you're gonna choose Gore Screaming Show, and I need to get into a certain mood to. Well, to be fair, look, this is what I want to do for the Patreon shit, right? I want to record Patreon videos, right? But I want to have all of the... I want to play through the whole game first before I upload it onto Patreon. Right? Okay. This is my thought process, right? If you say no to a specific area, I'll choose another. Okay, look. Gore Screaming Show? Fine. But this is the thing. What I want to do with the Patreon exclusives is to record the whole thing, right? And then upload each segment in 1.5 hour things, right? Like, I could take like however long to beat Nukitashi, and then after I finish Nukitashi, that's when I start uploading them onto the Patreon, right? You get what I mean? I don't want it to be like the main channel where I upload one thing, I'll have to wait longer. I mean, yeah, you'll have to satiate yourself off of the hate scenes alone from these games instead of because I mean, you know, the Patreon exclusive games are going to be in their own tier, which I'll eventually set up, but that won't be for a while until I actually start uploading full H games onto the Patreon. Because here's the thing, my Google Drive is already full, so I'll need to buy the higher tier, which is 200 gigabytes, so that'll be fine. But yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it. But I just wished I could just upload the videos onto Patreon instead of having to go through Google Drive to upload the videos. But that's still in the uploading onto Patreon directly is still in the beta phase, and you know it's iffy and stuff. I don't have access to the feature yet. But yeah, eventually when that happens, I'll be happy. Anyway.
仮にもう10年大枠の寿命を延ばせていたとして、事態は今よりよほど困難になっていただろう。
Todoko understands right away. Even if 10 years had passed without any incident, the railway environment would have been much worse than now.
見方を変えればこれこそ幸いだったのだ。大丈夫。僕らは一番良い道を進んできている。
そのことでしたら、もとより承知をしております。
Hachiroku descends onto the floor and exchanges her tablet with her maintenance body. I think a good first Patreon exclusive would be My Girlfriend is the President. I guess, yeah, if you gift it to me, I'll think about it.
相鉄様が共に歩んでくださっているのですから。
86。
But like I said, you'll have to wait a while. It'll be after Irasekai. It'll be after all of the hate scenes that I've currently that I currently haven't that I still need to record, right? It's more comedic than serious. I mean, I could see that, but so is Nukitashi. That is something that I should have said. Atsuroku, because you were here for me.
ほら、見てくれ。
When I hold out my hand, Atsuroku smiles for me again.
今さら見ずとも、最初からずっと見ていました。
そうか。
I didn't shake. Not before getting on. Not during driving. I don't feel any nausea at all. I feel refreshed, actually. I would say Nukitashi is way more serious than My Girlfriend is the President. Really?
お前のおかげで、僕のこの手は。
You'd say that even after watching Nukitashi's opening? The first one. I mean, not the second one. I feel like I can finally let go when I had clenched what I had clenched inside of them. Well, Nukitashi has grape and stuff. Yeah. If it's still there after I let it go, all the better. If it goes far away, that's fine too.
相鉄様。
Oh. Atsuroku places her palm on my hand. Our fingers intertwine.
この先も、きっと、この手で私を。
Hibiki, you're interrupting a moment.
おっと。
This is bad. The review is over. We should have done our checks as well.
構わん。すまん。今すぐに出る。
ドギャンと？
うん。この短い区間であったにしては、動輪が熱を持ちすぎているような気もするが。
Oh, great. Another problem.
あ、
She must have checked the body already. Hashiroko and Nagi both return. Happy National Martini and Eat a Oreo Day. Kato with good wishes and chill vibes as always, stranger. Thanks, Meow, and thanks for the hydrate.
86はどう思う？
When I say what I was thinking, Hachiroku touches the driving wheel with her hand.
確かにいささか暑いですが、気温と当面の状態とフランジを削り直した影響との単純な複合でしょう。
ああ、なるほどな。
Even if you are a stranger, still annoying, you're gonna continue Octopath travel in a bit, slowly waking up. Alright. I still haven't played Octopath Traveler, but, you know, eventually I'll get to it.
フランジって何ばい？これでございますよ、ナギ様。
Hachiroku crouches down next to the tracks and points deep behind the driving wheel. You're more into Sims. Okay.
ここ、動輪に出っ張りがあるのが見えますか？あ、ほんとばい。こんなんなってるの気づかんかったばい。この出っ張りがフランジです。これがあるからカーブの時にも脱線をしづらくなるのです。
Don't get drunk. Don't worry, I don't drink martinis. Alright.
が、走っていくうち、フランジもだんだんと摩耗する。
She bends her left arm to represent the tracks and slides her right fist with her thumb up and slides her right fist with her thumb up down her left arm as the train. She shows that the flange can be worn down by the movements of her hand.
なるほどばい。ことに8620は動輪が空転しづらい構造ですから摩耗も比較的激しいものとなります。
Yeah, you're telling me.
それで削り直しばするとね。
その通り。
We do it occasionally, but the ones who do it for a living are completely different. It makes me realize how bad a state the tracks are in, but it allows me to get a better feel of the driving wheel.
そういう事情でございますので、動輪の加熱についてはご心配いただくような事象ではないかと存じます。
うん。では、僕の方からはもう何もないな。86はどうだ？
私も油にじみの一つも確認できませんでした。
A relieved sigh. Ataroku's cheeks are flushed.
58623の大枠。これなら長く大切に使わせていただけそうです。なら、ニーニー。
While shouting, she leans over.
木崎先輩のお願い、叶えてもらえると？
なあ、あの話か。
あの話？あ、ポーレット様に呼ばれた時に。
うん。流れで話しそびれたが、お前とも相談しなければいけなかったんだ。
お待たせしたね。
All of the route characters are here except Makoto. She must have come directly from the bank. Hosho Kisaki, wearing a business suit, talks as soon as she sits down.
響からの電話で概要は聞いた。相鉄が話し合いたいのはどの点なんだい？
術戦炭鉱廃液に下ろしてほしいとの希望だが、まずその理由を教えてほしい。
調査さ。あそこにはエアクラでは入れないからね。調査のために鉄道で連れて行ってもらいたいんだ。何の調査でございますか？あの一帯は私有地。お人よしが所有している土地だってことは知っているかな？
そうなのか。
Paulette nods immediately.
はい、炭鉱会社が撤退するとき、寄付を受けたそうです。あの広さだと固定資産税と維持費がかさむからかと。
なるほどな。
現状の市議会はお人よ鉄道株式会社に極めて好意的だ。有力な再開発の議案を出せばおそらく通る。再開発、 そのための再調査なのですね。
君たちのぶち上げた大九州 SL 構想。僕は
う
あれに目があると見込んでいる。
Yeah. He emphasizes I a lot. And my doubt naturally focuses on on that part.
熊本銀行としては反対なのか？
婚姻レベルでは誘致断念の空気が強めかな。けど頭取はまだエアクラ工場誘致を諦めてない。
Our surprised cries overlap. An awkward silence ensues as we try to let the other continue. Saki's voice slides into the gap.
議会感情と市民感情は異なるものさ。駅周辺を外れれば市民のそうだね、半数ほどはまだ鉄道を信用してない。
信用。
That may be true now that I realize it. The hopes and expectations have gone up thanks to the barbecue train, but we have practically betrayed their trust.
確かに宝生さんなら県政とか国政レベルの働きかけで強硬手段を取れるかもしれませんけど、そんなことをしたら市が完全に割れてしまう。
Perhaps Kisaki said it before Paulette could. Paulette goes silent again. Kisaki nods slightly and slouches in a fake sort of way.
あの人はそれを良しとする。対立や時として憎しみが発展や成長を促すことは確かにあるしね。
それはそうだが。
Even without looking at Kisaki, I know this. Opposition and hatred is what made me grow as a person. If the aircraft factory talks did not take place, I probably would still be dead inside. What? So would you like your first Patreon exclusive to be very serious like Gore Screaming Show, very light-hearted, or casual like My Girlfriend is the President, or somewhere in the middle like Happy Mayor? My Girlfriend is the President.
ですが、そのような発展は長期的に続くものとは思えませんが。
さあ、どうだろうね。けど、極論すれば、あの人とすれば、50年も持てば十分なのかもしれない。
Kisaki refers to her father as simply he coldly. 50 years is what Kisaki is expecting. That must be the remainder of Hosho Mototada's life.
町はだけどその先もずっと続いていくんですよ。
Hatsudoku agrees with Reina's plain and simple remark.
発展がいつか途絶え、対立はけれど残り続ける。そのような未来はお人よにふさわしいとは思えません。
ならば信頼を取り戻せばいい。
そうだね。しかし、そうするためには時間がかかる。地道な積み重ねは地道であるゆえ波及しづらい。
I heard a gulp. Paulette's voice is even more cautious.
宝生さんの動きはそれほど活発なのですか？さて、どうだろうね。身近に知っている分、僕が過大評価をしてしまっているだけの可能性もある。
Ah, I think I understand. Just with that remark, the reason why Kisaki suddenly joined our cause, her competitive spirit against her father and president, Osho Mototada, most likely has much to do with it.
どうあれ、調査を急いで損はないわけか。
図面上では確認したし、いくらかのプランも立てた。
While saying that, Kisaki takes out some sheets from her bag and starts passing them out.
今日は浦上さんは一緒じゃないのか？
裏紙なら送り返された。エアロクラフテック社は近日中に別の担当者を送り込んでくるみたいだ。裏紙ほどに公正な判断を下さない。あの人の意向に沿って動くであろう新担当をね。
この後に及んでエアクラ社もまだお人よへの工場設置を諦めてはいないのか。
大九州 SL 構想を僕が支持する理由と同じさ。九州中央を睨むにはいい土地なんだよ、お人よは。
諦めさせるにはどうしたらいいんですか？
Another one of Reina's plain questions. Even Kisaki relaxes her tension a little.
それは相鉄がさっき言った通りだよ。
うん、兄さん何倍言うとったっけ？信頼だよ、なぎちゃん。そうてつさん、信頼を取り戻せばいいって。
そう。議員ではなく、市民を完全に味方にすること。市民に嫌われて成り立つ商売などありえない。
そのためのこのプランか。
Memorial museums and the maintenance facilities will be placed together. Team locomotives that are a step above present preservation will be worked on so that they can be used at any time. This will allow the passing down of maintenance techniques and also serve as a tourist facility. It will also allow the units to serve as backups for each other.
とても興味深い案かと存じます。
箱物は市民の注意を引きつける一番早い手段だ。かけたお金はそのまま本気度と見てもらえるからね。
けど資金は
そのための持ち株会社設立案だ。もちろん支店レベルで定理での貸付も行わせてもらいたい。
鉄道他社との持ち株会社を設立すること。資金面でも信用面でもそれが必須となるわけか。
持ち株会社への参加を促す。そのためにも説得力のある資料が必要となるのですね。
A strong nod, as if they finally understood.
その通りだね。それだけでなく、現地を見れば新しい案も出るかもしれない。
兄さん、そういうことですから。
事情は分かった。僕としては全く異論がない。
私もです、相鉄様。そういうことなら調査のお手伝いしたかもい。ね、深見ちゃん。役に立てるかわからないけど、なぎちゃんと一緒なら興味あるかもです。
大歓迎だよ。球磨川下りを。こう言ってはあれだが、潰さなかった君たちの力を僕は高く評価している。
ならばキャブにもう二人加わるわけか。
無理ではありませんが、かなり窮屈になりますね。
あるいは8620ではなくキハ07に同乗する方が。
それはちょっと。
Paulette sounds a little sorry. but there was no hesitation in her voice.
非常事態でもないのに営業運転中の臨時停車はできませんよ。
ああ、それは当然のことだったな。すまん。単純に思いつきを口に出してしまった。
07S、ここのところ結構負荷がかかってますし、技術者さんも今いらしてますから。
Her blue eyes glance at Reina. Reina smiles happily and nods.
8620が復活したらすぐのタイミングでエンジンのオーバーホールをお願いしたいんです。
ああ、なるほどな。いい考えだ。ぜひともそうしておくべきだろ
We should check the efforts of the limiter modification. And besides, we did place an unnecessary load on it. Taking this opportunity is very logical. Having the cab being a little cramped shouldn't be an issue.
う。ならば、8620の試験を急ぎ、完了し、営業運転に復帰でき次第、キハ07のオーバーホールでいいか。
私は相鉄様のお考えに賛成です。
ありがとうございます。そうしてもらえればこっちとしてもベストです。
だとすると当面の試験区間は術戦炭鉱廃液までの往復とすることとなりますか？
術戦炭鉱廃液止まりか。
We should extend the distance little by little. So this station is about right.
ポーレット、止まるのにちょうどいい目印があれば教えてくれ。
あそこは簡単です。熊川第四橋梁ありますよね。キハだとあそこ越えてすぐに制動かけてます。
思ったより遅い。いや、お人よからだと橋を過ぎ、軽い上り勾配を越えての駅か。
そうです。ですから。
わかった。参考にさせてもらおう。
This knowledge is like double insurance. Hachiroku is in top condition right now, so it should be better for me to stay out of it and let Hachiroku calculate it.
86?
いえ。
She seems to be absent-minded, but when she turns to me, I see that she's her usual self.
少し考えていただけです。
Hachiroku looks at Kisaki, Hibiki, Nagi, and
術戦
Fukami.
炭鉱廃液止まりだと湯の井まで行っての折り返しと更新でお人よまで戻るのといずれがよろしいかと。
Let me go back. Hachiroku looks at Kisaki, Hibiki, Nagi, and then Fukami. Then, what do you say at the start?
術戦炭鉱廃液止まりだと湯の井まで行っての折り返しと。
There you go.
試験初期の段階で一気に湯の井まで走らせるのは避けたいな。
それはそうですね。試験初期にあんまり長距離はけど、そうだ。
Paulette taps her fist on her palm.
だったら術戦炭鉱駅停車時の各部点検が終わったら駅舎の調査をしてもらえませんか？
駅舎か。なるほど。再開発をするのなら駅舎も再利用するわけだしな。
そうできるのかできなくて建て替えが必要なのか、運転モードの86ちゃんのセンサーでしたら。
方法のご教示をいただければその通りに試験しデータを上げていくことには問題ございません。
ならひとまずそれでお願いできますか？
うん。
I don't want to go too far just yet, but I can't leave 8620 behind to follow Kisaki on her investigation. Paulette's suggestion is something that has no waste.
了解した。では、そのように行おう。
ならできるだけ早くで頼めるかな。スケジュールは最優先で開けるから。
了解だ。予定を立て次第に連絡を入れる。
ありがとう。優位な話し合いができて何よりだ。相鉄。はい、
Fuck.
こちらこそ。ありがとう。優位な話し合いができて何よりだ。相鉄、皆さん、これからよろしくお願いします。
お力添え頼もしく存じます。
After they exchange their formalities, Kisaki walks off quickly. Seeing her hurry makes me realize that the situation may be worse, may be more serious than previously thought.
86、僕らも行くぞ。
はい、相鉄様。
What we need to do is clear as day. There's no room for doubt.
まずは、試験運転のデータと86を、技工さんたちに一度戻すぞ。
Damn. Look at all these people. We're almost at the Kuma River number 4 bridge. I tighten my grip on the automatic brake valve. Stop here. I mean, yeah, I guess. I was hoping that we would be close to finishing, so I was trying to get there, but you know. How far am I from the end? Because if it's like another hour, then yeah, nah. GBHIDK. Okay. Actually, but you still have a bit. Alright. Because like, is there more after this? Because if there's another, how would you say, scene, right? If there's another scene after 12, which is, there is more, okay, then, yeah. I'm gonna have to stop here. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for lurking, thank you for chatting. If you enjoyed, a follow would be appreciated, and if you want to support me even further, you could always subscribe. This may seem a bit shorter than usual, but you know, I can't scam Dexter every day out of $25. So, yeah. But at the same time, I was getting a bit tired at the end. So, you know, I probably wouldn't have been able to stream another hour anyway. But yeah. Tomorrow, we will be playing more Amazing Grace. And that means more Kyrie. So be excited for that. But until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. And I will see you guys again next time. Bye-bye.